concerned about trouble and trying to irresponsible, one-sided news stories.
Sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Hey everyone, Dave here, December 1773. This is The Weekly Show, episode number 32. All the week's hottest topics with a twist, and with me, as always, is Ryan. Ryan said he's got two stories he wanted to open up with, and then we're going to jump into our headline segment like we always get to. It's going to be lightning lines, because we're behind right now.
Yeah, time is behind us. Dave had technical issues. I guess that's what you get when you just rock a smartphone. You don't have to worry about anything. Two quick headlines here. Stories. I went to DMV. I went last week, and I also went this previous week. Now, I meant to talk about it last week, but I'll talk about it this week. I was there for over an hour and a half both times.
Fast for the DMV.
Yeah, it's only because they, restrict you. They make you make an appointment, and then after you make the appointment, you still wait in their big line outside in the cold, and then you get inside and you wait more, and then you get your clipboard and fill it out. First of all, all the people that work there are cunty. Now, I understand you work for the government, but I am the government.
Ryan, real quick, was the term you just used cunty?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Go on.
A woman at the door. I know door greeter is a terrible position at Walmart, so I can only imagine what it's like to do that for the government. But she was a cunt. And I ended up arguing with her and telling her that you're arguing with me. You work for me. You work for the government. You're a government of position. You work for me, and you're arguing with me. Like, shut up, do your job, get me where I gotta go. My point of bringing the story up is my state has literally milked the COVID talking points and grapevine to near exhaustion, and I did not see one person clean anything in the DMV when I was there for a total of, let's not exaggerate, 3 hours.
Not one surface was
Not
wiped.
one person was out cleaning, wiping, sanitization in between at each station. Some people I saw on the other side did their thing, like clean their hands and stuff, but there was nobody doing it for the customer interaction. So I'm glad my state takes it seriously.
Do you think that's going to be in Cuomo's book about how well he did?
I don't know. If you ask me, I'm sure that book is not going to get touched much. So I was at the Science Museum today as well with my daughter. We had an awesome time there. But something I thought that was incredible was two things. First of all, they had a sign that said, nature doesn't need humans. Humans need nature. Ooh, it makes sense, right, on the face value. But how can you tell me that nature doesn't need me, but that I can directly affect nature so much that it's causing icebergs to melt? I'm a little confused. Nature doesn't need me, but I can affect nature so much that it will destroy the planet. So doesn't nature need me to be a responsible steward of the earth?
No.
And practice good.
No. Because without you, the iceberg would not melt.
That's weird, because in the same room where I saw that, there was like literally walls lined of dead animals that were extinct, and they were like, "Oh, extinction." You know, I didn't see any humans on there. My point is, it's the double speak thing we always talk about. Like these Build Back Better, equality, all this shit. It's all these labels that are empty because it just one layer deep. I didn't even need proof of anything I'm saying. I don't need to disprove you. All I need to say is, well, you say the opposite. You say that, since we're so bad at capitalism that we're destroying everything. Like, we should be good stewards to the earth and practice good consumerism and conscious capitalism and good conservation. We should be promoting that. We shouldn't be demonizing humans to make your point about a political issue. When that climate change is already a hyped up issue, and then you put the term people in there. Like, why are we promoting conserve, consume, and be conscious? Like, why get the 3 C's in there? I don't know. I'm not rewriting New York State's recycle campaign here. I'm just bitching about it. And second of all, at the Science Museum, they also said that COVID has made us realize that we should invest in science. Please donate today. So just like cancer, we're now using biological warfare, quite frankly, that came from another country's failures as a way to get more funding for a public building that doesn't draw a profit.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
It's a fucking joke. Go ahead, man. That's all I had.
You ready for this?
State hypocrisy. Go figure. Something documented weekly here on this program.
I can't even believe that. Why is the lights just flashing on me now for no reason? It's not though.
All of the lights. All of the lights.
That wasn't planned. It flashed like as soon as you said that.
Or was it planned?
We don't plan shit, quite frankly.
Yeah, we can barely organize this thing on time.
Headlines. U.S. investigating possible ties between Roger Stone, Alex Jones, and Capitol rioters.
Hey, I got a question, Dave. Do you know what Alex Jones said the day of the riot?
No.
I'm pretty sure he condoned it, but I think we would all know what he said if he wasn't banned from social fucking media.
I guess that does bring up a good point. How can he have any sway since he's been banned off all these platforms?
It's weird. It's almost like email list and text messaging is probably the best way to get people mobilized. Because you can sign up for Alex text alerts now from newswars.com.
He must be on 4chan and Reddit and double 4chan.
He invented 8chan. He invented 8chan.
They'll blame Alex Jones for anything.
Dude, they'll find a hot tuna fish sandwich in his closet and call it collusion. What is it? They could indict a ham sandwich. It's like a famous legal,
I have not heard that phrase.
Yeah, it's something like you could probably like indict a ham sandwich or something. Something stupid. It's probably from like Maddock or whatever. Good. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're screwed. Everyone heard this news. They'll get anything
on anybody. That's my point. Is they'll find whatever. Since they can craft narratives because of a cabal of people familiar with the matter.
Everyone heard this news. I'm sure it's no surprise, but I still wanted to talk about it anyway. Headlines. I love this. Coca-Cola hit with backlash over confronting racism training course. The quote is, "Try to be less white." Whatever that means.
What the public backlash should be like hashtag make your Coke less poisonous, you fucking pricks.
But it's so good the way it is.
Oh, it's so good and destroying my internals. Speaking of which. We also Mr. Potato Head is now genderless.
Yeah, he's on there. We might as well just jump into that. He's on there.
Yeah, but he got his spuds clipped, you know.
There's an update on that too.
Oh, righty then.
Headlines. Mr. Potato Head, don't call me Mr. I'm gender neutral now. Which they actually went back on and said, actually, he's still Mr.
It's crazy that it's like they're trying so hard to like be like, oh, we don't want to offend anybody, and then they abolish his gender and be like, wait a minute, this was a overstep here, because he's still a guy, right? Like, what are they gonna go back and do Toy Story and be like, hey, Potato Head, like take Mr. out of all of the dialogue of every Toy Story? Tell me that's not possible.
It's not possible.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they could just selectively remove scenes. I mean, they've had Tupac holograms dance. They can go back and alter Disney movies. Oreo also had a thing too, right? Yeah, Oreo had some SWJ bullshit too. So I'm glad all these companies are aligning about these political reasons, but they're selling and raping the third world to make all their money. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's
And you know
it's
what?
pretty well.
You know what? You know why they're doing it? To just sell that audience of people more shit. Like, Coke's against fucking racism. I'm just gonna go buy more Coca-Cola. This is ridiculous.
Frankly,
It's like
I'm just
the rainbow, the rainbow. Whenever Pride Month is, everything turns rainbow. It's a freaking money grab, man. They don't care about your ideologies.
no. I'm just hoping our training seminar doesn't go public.
For December 17th, 73.
Yeah. Be less black. I don't think it'll go over well.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll talk to HR about that, Dave.
I am HR. Headlines. Firearm safety could become high school course under proposed Utah bill.
Get it done. Used to do it. Used to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Places all over the place have fire gun clubs and archery clubs, and maybe that's the way to kind of change some people's minds. Like have more sportsmen's classes introduction. Obviously, it's not going to happen in the middle of freaking a city, but obviously this Utah place is probably in a more rural or
I'm going to guess
community.
It's not Salt Lake.
But yeah, this needs that. We should be teaching people all this, how to grow food and shoot and stuff. Cool, very cool. My question is will this get shot down? So we'll see. That's the real thing. I shot down your video, apparently.
Fixed. I don't know. What the fuck? On to the next one.
Let's blitz through this shit before.
Headlines.
Quality content out here getting fucked over.
I'm gonna send an official message to GoPro. You get your shit together. Biden cancels Trump Operation Talon program that targeted sex offenders living in U.S. illegally. I don't know. I mean, why? Who knows?
Why does it feel like the guy's just engineering everything to just like fuck everything over? I just don't understand.
Maybe that's because that's what he's doing.
I wonder if it's a cabal of people that were, hidden in secret that tried saving America. It's almost like we're running this country based on ideology, not practicality.
It's almost like he's on the side of the sex offenders. It's almost like you could find an hour-long video of him online sniffing little girls.
It's weird.
It's almost like you could find him buried in Podesta emails about child trafficking.
It's also weird that a guy who had rich and powerful people just magically died in one of the most secure prisons in America.
It's almost like the cabal of people are typically child traffickers and sex offenders.
It's weird. My mom bought something from Wayfair the other day. I asked her if it came with kids.
I'm always curious if it did.
It's kind of expensive for what she bought. I was like, geez, it better come with like some children or something. Like, God.
Must not have been the industrial cabinets.
Such a wicked piece of shit. You just brought up about how they're... Biden's law is helping this program with that joke, by the way.
Before we get banned onto the next one.
Jokes, people. They're fucking jokes. Your 12-year-old should not be watching this.
Comment below if you have any better sex offender jokes about Joe Biden.
Yeah, give me all the sex offender jokes you got.
Yes. Also, subscribe because you won't be able to find us unless you're subscribed.
We're never gonna get a sponsor either. I've already come to grips with that. This will be a Patreon exclusive.
Maybe we can get this guy to sponsor. He's gonna have a bunch of money now. Headlines: Orchard Park Gym wins in court. Will be allowed to open at 100% capacity.
Yeah, the important thing to realize with this guy did not just question about his business's authority. He's actually questioning the executive actions that the governor has implemented.
Right. And this was actually the first step because I think now he's suing on behalf of other
people
businesses.
Yeah. It's going to be the people versus the governor. It starts with him. He nutted up and did all the upfront costs or took the risk.
But now the precedent
the people.
the precedent's been set now, though, because of his court case, that these people should have a good shot.
All of them. Yeah, and what something was screwy about that, because they all bonded together, restaurant owners and a couple. There was like 20 people involved in the lawsuit, or 12 businesses. And they all won originally. This was a few weeks ago before this current headline. My point of bringing it up is they were allowed to open because they won the court case. So what it did say, like you said about precedent, which was jacked up about it, was the only businesses that were allowed to open, even though they proved that the laws were bullshit, were the businesses in the lawsuit. So even though the restaurant owner proved that it was unconstitutional or overreach of government power, whatever they got him on, the technicality, a business across the street, if they weren't involved in the lawsuit, they still have to stay closed down. So that's why I think, like you said, the precedent, this is a very calculated strategy to reopen. Private businesses are rallying together. I'm sure there's plenty of forums and Facebook communities.
And the cool thing
that
is
have sprouted out about this.
Yeah, the cool thing is it started with those few businesses in Western New York, and then it's going to go, hopefully it'll go statewide, and then, who knows, it'll go countrywide and maybe even, global.
Well, piggyback that onto the other thing gripping New York State in the news this week. And this is a magnifying glass, dude. This is a huge magnifying glass. This, between the other headline we'll get to at the end, and this, we're putting a heavy magnifying glass in New York State this week, in terms of national effect.
Yeah.
We're talking, the politician, we're talking about is the highest person in our state legislature. It's crazy.
And not too long ago, there were calls for this person to run for president also. So we'll get to him later.
And a pick in a Biden administration.
Speaking of Biden administration. Headlines. The first migrant facility for children opens under Biden.
Who built the cages, Dave?
It's not. No.
Who built the migrant?
No, we need to be accurate here. It is not kids in cages. It is a migrant facility for children.
Facility kind of sounds like, a prison.
Well, it's like a whole. I don't want to go full prison. It's like a holding center, migrant facility for children.
Do you know where else they have holding centers? Is in prison, Dave.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody's been separated while they've been at this beautiful 5-star establishment.
Oh, well, funny enough, yes, they do separate the adults and the children.
Why did they do that, David? I'm awfully curious.
As it turns out, apparently there's a lot of human trafficking going on at the southern border.
Yeah, I heard they just caught a bunch of people with human trafficking in the United States. Big ring.
It's almost as if a sexual predator got in office and allowed all these people to come back in.
I fucking swear to God, dude. People are not going to keep going to work, dude. It's like I put gas in my car. I know the gas isn't... I've heard different mixed things on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for the gas prices.
Yeah, sure. It's not just because of... Yes,
right.
And not really. It's really not from anything Biden did. It's just all they're changing the fuel mixture and everything. They fucking does it every year. My point, it's like I filled it up and I was like, man, this is the first time in a while that I'm like, holy fuck, man. It was only like $35, but a couple of weeks ago it was like 27, 26. It's just one of those things. People are more conscious now. We're gonna get sick of this sooner, and I think we're seeing with all this outcry and all these companies' reaction, like the barometer of like social conscious is all-time high, and we're not going to tolerate this shit, man.
Well, we've tolerated it for this long. We'll see what the change is here. Again, back to the Biden administration, because he's had a very successful few weeks, couple months here, whatever it's been now. Headlines.
46 days as president.
Biden orders U.S. airstrike against Iran-backed militia target in eastern Syria. Old normal.
Old normal.
Back to the old ways.
In full transparency, at least it wasn't the Moab, Remember when Trump dropped that thing like 2 weeks in office?
Yeah. Yeah,
dick on the first date.
I specifically remember this because you made a joke to the Gary Johnson voters in the group. Gary Johnson would have not dropped that bomb.
He would have.
He wouldn't have even known on a map where to find it.
What is a Moab?
That guy, how he did that? Honestly, we got to be careful because we don't want to say voter fraud, and we can't say voter fraud. Can't say anything affected the elections. But
Not the powerful group of a cabal of people.
The biggest reason I know there was election irregularities
technically
is because Gary Johnson got more votes than Joe Jorgensen, and there's no way people liked him more. The guy was a goof.
Just shows the failure of that party that guy got through. So left boom.
I'm going with the election irregularities.
Was anybody surprised that Biden dropped bombs before he gave you money? It's weird. It's almost like this is like a reoccurring thing. I believe in the Declaration, a long train of abuses is the term that Thomas Jefferson uses. Kind of sounds fitting.
I'm just, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I wish the old normal was back to its roots. I wish that was what we were talking about.
Are we going back to the old normal where this happens and then we still try to claim that they're pro-peace, anti-war?
I also want to say this quickly. As much as us can, people on the right side of the aisle try to care about the budget, it's pointless, people. Stop worrying about how much money our great-grandchildren are going to be in debt and just we need to fix the system. It's over. That is not, honestly, it's just such a shitty way to, I'm done caring about how much things cost in government. It doesn't even matter anymore. Honestly, it really doesn't. They don't care. Why the fuck do we? Why should we care? They don't care. They're not going to fix it. They're not going to pass it. It doesn't matter if the state, the local, it just doesn't matter. They're just going to fuck everything up. We need to go change the system.
Yes.
I mean, the trillions of dollars they passed in the last stimulus bill isn't even used all of it. And
no,
they're
it's
talking
fine.
about more, and then they're giving money to other countries. They could have apparently the cost of what we spent. We could have had free healthcare in college for everybody.
No, it's fine. Let it ride.
Now, granted, we've talked on the program how we can debate the issue on why we should have that or why we shouldn't. Just the fact of it was always well, it's going to cost X, and Y. Well, Republicans, you spent that money already. Why don't we have free college then? Why don't we have free fucking healthcare? You already spent the money. You said, we can't do this. We need $10 trillion. And you passed $10 fucking trillion in stimulus and give it to other countries and multinational corporations. Are you fucking kidding? Give me my free healthcare then. Give me my free college. Well, what are we doing?
Right. So to your point, to be clear, it's not that we're on board with those ideas, but if it came down to that or sending trillions of dollars overseas for no reason, I'd take the other hand. Sure.
Yeah, give the kids free college and healthcare. Fine. We'll see how shitty socialized medicine is. Let's just do it. Do it. $10 million. You spent it. You spent it already. I don't care about insurance companies' profits. Fuck them. Okay, it's going to kill innovation. Well, we'll see. You already spent the money. Just get it done. It's ridiculous. I'm not even for giving people money, but you could have gave everybody money. I got an idea. Let's give everybody just the money, and you have to, in order to get the money, you got to stick to a plan, like get out of debt. And you got to have hit criteria. You have all these programs for all this other shit. It's ridiculous. We should took the money, got every person in America out of debt and paid off everybody's houses and cars and student loans and been fucking done with it. Just done that, get everybody out of debt and have everybody have zero debt and all of their income they can keep. And we would have fucking exploded this country's wealth and savings and investments. But no, we chose to give to other countries and all this other shit. I'm tired of it. Fuck the budget. Fuck it all. Give us all the free shit. If you could have paid for it already, just get it fucking done. I'm tired of it. I'm done caring about the dollars and cents. I officially came to the realization the party that I'm creating is called the People's Party. That's it. The People's Party. I'm done. Because it's them versus us. And I don't mean the 1%, the rich. I don't hate Jeff Bezos. I don't hate that piece of shit. I hate these pieces of shit that write the laws that allow this guy to do all of this stuff. Rape the third world, become rich, and then they come back and lecture me about how they're raping the third world. Fuck them. Fuck the whole system. I'm done. The people, we're done. We're done here. We're done.
Ryan, we have too many segues now. I don't know whether... Okay, let's comment below which segue you like the most. Speaking of trashing our U.S. dollar, or speaking of rich people Ryan hates, headlines. Bitcoin uses more electricity than any method known to mankind, says Bill Gates. Oh, the worst. The guy sucks.
I'm sure he's not saying that because he doesn't want the dollar to fucking whoop. So this guy, let me get this straight. This guy's a scientist. He's an engineer. He's a chemist. He's a fucking astronaut.
He's a farmer, apparently.
Explorer. He's a farmer. He's an engineer. He's a fucking author. He's a businessman. He's a philanthropy. I wrote something down.
The sound of the aggressive page snap.
I wrote it down. Okay? I love that if you become a billionaire, start a multi-trillion-dollar corporation, and you go out and you go and make the third world a better place, and you go and give them health care and running water, and you build villages with fucking wind turbines that run on the sweat of people and all this great green, renewable, affordable energy, and how we're giving them vaccines and wealth and running water, electricity. So let me get this straight. Bill Gates can go to Africa and craft it in his image, and you call him a philanthropist. But America, when it was founded 300 years ago, when the world was a completely different place, and the ideas of freedom, and the ideas of ending slavery, and the ideas of women's rights, and the ideas of free and open markets, and the ideas of killing royalty were fucking not even in the public psyche. When that comes, and we come to America and we clear the land, and we make things the way they are, you say it's evil and it's colonization. Bill Gates is nothing more than a modern conqueror. It's all that guy. He's a modern day Genghis Khan.
Yeah, that's definitely what he is. I'm delayed. Hold on a second. We're still having technical difficulties here. Junk camera that we got here. Maybe we get some Biden stimmy. We can buy a camera. This is kind of the last one of the day. It's always sad when you get to the last headline. However, this is my favorite headline, and be sure to comment below what your favorite headline is. Headlines! Cuomo, ex-aide, accuses scandal-plagued NY governor of pervasive sexual harassment in bombshell essay. And since then, another person has come forward.
And since then, he's also come out and said that there should be an independent investigation. People on all sides of the aisle at all levels of government have been called into it. And he has come out just now and said that he is sorry that he made anybody feel uncomfortable and that the statements are false.
So we've always taken the position that an accusation is just an accusation, and when the facts come out, the facts come out. However,
because we believe in the Constitution.
We do. We do believe in that. It's fascinating, though, that he can, when other sexual allegations are going on, it's funny that he takes a tone of believe all women. But naturally, when it's against him, well, we'll have an independent investigation. And I'm sorry if someone feels uncomfortable.
Well, it's just like everything we've seen, this double dip in the media. Trump's accusers. Remember when those were going out and they hammered that every day from when they found out to election day. Cuomo, they tried burying this. This was a thing last month. Last month, they started talking about this. It's just now only gaining steam and traction. And now they have to talk about it. They have to cover it. And that's the mentality of these people. Let sleeping dogs lie. So, we've also reported about his troubles with COVID and Corona and documented some other things, but this is just showing the unwinding of this powerful government system. People groveling, people are scrambling to cover their ass and all that. It's typical government abuse. It doesn't surprise me if he would do this, but,
Yeah, I mean, no surprise here at all.
Yeah, no surprise to me that he would do this, but I hope it's, for the women's sake. I hope that, whatever, they're fine and stuff, but I don't have too many things before Decembertainment, Dave, so I'll just gloss over a couple things. Ted Cruz gave a speak at CPAC this weekend. Trump also spoke. That was during the recording of this podcast. But he did say he did not want to make a new party and fracture the GOP, which meant he wants to take over the GOP. Cruz's speech at CPAC was awesome, and he hammered freedom so hard and talked about why young conservatives are blooming and how he's looking forward to the next 2 election cycles in particular. And he also said Donald Trump's not going anywhere. So, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of daggers thrown around in the upcoming weeks here. Yeah, it was awesome. But Ted Cruz stole the freedom line for me, so whatever. Tech wars, Apple and Facebook going back and forth. Apparently, Facebook is going to have an update that's going to allow you to know exactly when and how your data is being shared. It's going to be more transparent. Facebook is kind of not really happy about that because Facebook makes all of their money stealing and selling your data. They don't steal it, you willingly give it to them. And with Apple having a magnifying glass on it, it is creating the conversation for people, which could hurt their bottom line. My point is they're both shit because they're both big tech and they both have leveraged their power. But the tech wars are here, people. So it's going to be Twitter versus Facebook versus Instagram versus this versus Microsoft versus it's begun. And then the government's going to be involved in that, and censorship and all sorts of shit. So get ready. It's coming. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, I just want them to let us be heard.
Yeah. Musk came out, and speaking of that, Musk had a thing for Bezos. They tried covering him, with all this stuff about buying Bitcoin and stuff. He's been under the needle. And he told the Washington Post, which is owned by Bezos, to give his regards to the puppet master, to your puppet master. So Elon's out there red pilling people, man. I love it. There was a Illinois lawmaker that said they want to ban Grand Theft Auto because it was responsible for increased carjackings. It's amazing to me that you will blame an inanimate object for firearms or video games and everything else before you look at failed government policy.
Yeah.
Normally, people aren't criminals if they live pretty well. Successful people aren't robbing people. They're not out committing Grand Theft Auto.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So it's the game's fault that society is shit. Okay. We talked about Biden's border crisis. Fantastic. Annie Mac and Cheese is pulling its stuff off the shelves or changing one of the chemical in there because it is linked to fertility problems.
Annie Mac and Cheese?
Annie, obviously this isn't like something that I've really heard of, but we have talked about in the past how the FDA, basically has real shitty standards for scanning baby food. So it doesn't surprise me that a chemical linked to infertility would be being put in our food supply. So it just brings up the thing of check your food, people. Eat clean. Like, come on. Factories can't keep up with consumer demand now that everything is starting to open again. The factories slow down. Supply chains slow down. It's going to cause a bottleneck, and this could be tying back to the gas thing. This is why we're seeing increase of prices of things. So, one of the reasons. There was a UFO sighting apparently from an American Airlines pilot. He said that on a recording that something looking UFO flew over the top of him. The FBI is investigating.
So we got to be careful because when a trained pilot or something uses that term, it doesn't necessarily mean they don't mean it as a UFO. They literally mean it literally. They don't know what it is. It's unidentified.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell this is. Are you guys flying out here? Like, their audio is pretty cool. He's like, are you guys flying something out here? The FBI is looking into it. They know about it. I don't think it's aliens, people. We've talked about this. I think I just got this last one. Trump's taxes. Apparently they got billions of paperwork. This dude, if they're going to this length to kill this guy, I mean, what will they do to the average person? They're trying to bankrupt this guy and whatever, so he never runs trying to impeach him. It's just so crazy. The lengths they're going through to destroy somebody's wealth, their credibility, their social standing, anything. It's incredible. Sports, there's a quick one. Tiger Woods in his car crash, obviously, I guess he's okay. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I just heard about it. And then the other sports news was there was a volleyball team, United States team. They backed out of a tournament in Qatar because they wanted them to change their outfits. So apparently Qatar doesn't like when you show skin on the volleyball court.
It's pretty pretty lax of them. Usually they just would stone you.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but that's the shithole countries that I don't like. Stay the fuck out of there, America. Yeah, and then my last one. Fauci. The United States political division helped contribute to the 500,000 deaths.
Why is he still on TV?
Yeah, why is he on TV, and why didn't he say he's sorry for the political division he caused?
No, because he's no. He wasn't.
That guy
in a
got made
position
more
of
money.
power.
That guy got paid more money than the ex-president and our current president, and he can alleviate himself with no responsibility because he's never elected. Fuck you, man. It's just showing, like, dude, they're showing their teeth. The new vaccine that's a one-doser is coming out. Like, give me a break, people. All right. Navigating on to December entertainment. David, you like video games?
Yeah, love him.
I love video games, too. I know I talked last week how I've been real focused on writing and stuff, and I'm still keeping that focus, but I needed a welcome distraction. So I went and I treated myself. I bought a Nintendo Switch this past weekend.
Yeah, we got a Switch. It's pretty cool.
Awesome system, dude. My daughter has one, so we were playing together. I picked up Zelda. I'm a huge Zelda fan.
Yep, that's a good, solid game. Eve played that.
Fucking incredible. The best Zelda probably I've ever played. I've played about 6 Zeldas. This is the best one I've played. I love them all. I love all Zelda games, but super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty well. There's another one coming out soon.
Yes, there is. Yeah, and they also had another one that kind of the story ties in, but the gameplay's different. My brother and all his kids have the system, so we were there this weekend. We brought our Switches. And then, the girls were all playing, and then later at night, the boys were playing, like late at night, sucking beer, playing Mario Party, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros. Awesome,
yeah, we got it.
Man.
Yeah.
Super fun. I'm very impressed with Nintendo, man. I've had their consoles in the past and their systems in the past, but I haven't really played a Nintendo system since, like, GameCube. I've been an Xbox gamer for a while now. This was a much needed change and distraction, and I'm so ready to just keep playing Zelda. I got a couple hours in. I haven't had much time to play. But yeah, man, that's been my December entertainment this week. And obviously the Science Museum is cool in Buffalo. That was cool, and all that, but that's what I got, man.
Yeah, that's a solid game.
For sure, man. What's your favorite game for the Switch that you guys got? Or what's no
Ironically, my favorite game, Eve purchased for me a 3-pack of, like, old Mario games, and ironically, my favorite one is actually an old game. It's Mario 64, which I used to play back on the 64 when I had the old, like, clear green Nintendo 64 system.
Yeah, when you had to hold the controller in the middle.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was like 3 prongs. Yeah. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a good game too. The Smash Bros, that generation of Smash Brothers and stuff, solid games, good Zelda games, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, my daughter actually got that new Super Mario game that came out like just a few weeks ago, and we were playing that and stuff. Very fun, man. And Nintendo, something it took, when you play games younger, it's different than older, obviously, but I never realized how, like, well thought out Nintendo's strategy is for making you think more. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, there's no dialogue or very little dialogue in games. They make you read. And then while you read, some of the words are color coded so that when when your kid looks at a red word, he's supposed to do something that involves the color red. It's very clever and simple. And that's what I appreciated the most about the console. Just the ease and everything. Highly recommend it to people if you're thinking about getting one. And Mario's also cool.
For sure.
So with that, this was a podcast by December 1773. I appreciate everybody hanging out, making it to the end. If you like the content, share the content, like, comment, subscribe. Stay locked to the channel, our Facebook, Instagram feeds. See you all next week, and thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Subscribe's huge. And then, like Ryan said, also liking and commenting is it's almost as big, if not bigger, than hitting the subscribe. So make sure you do it all.
Yep. and sharing too. Obviously, we want to grow the program. That's on our end, but help us help. So it's got to be organic because we're fighting the tech wars, man. We're in the tech wars.
For sure.
All right, Dave. I'll see you, bud.
Cool.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. See you, everyone.